Hello, I'm Troy Mcclure. You may remember me from such games as Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, and the Divinity Original Sin series by Larian Studios. You may also remember me from the fact that my wife killed me. Maybe I should have stuck to fucking fish, or perhaps switched to men. Either way, clearly my taste in women was wanting. Wanting as much as I was at the time. That's why I made a judgment error, and allied myself with someone who ended my life. Alright guys, we're back with more Baldur's Gate. We are going to go ahead and swoosh on over here because there's some unsavory characters and some savory autumn crocus that we need for alchemy. Straight up, I have not done alchemy yet in this game. I haven't figured out how to do it. I'm probably stupid, and it's been probably told to me by some NPC, and I was like, I'll just skip this dialogue because I'm clever. And then I fucking missed a vital piece of information. Alright, let's swoosh over this shit. I smashed up some barrels here, and I guess stuff collapsed after that, and now this area is even more of a pain in the ass to... Whoa! Fuck me, that... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and load our game. We didn't save after that, did we? Ooh, no. Okay, that was incredibly stupid. Alright. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Fucking Christ. Oh my god. I have to waste a scroll on you? You fucking idiot. Couldn't you be smart enough to live? God fucking damn it, man. Target is blocked. What are they blocked by? Come on. Holy fuck. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go to camp. Holy shit. I mean, wasting both my rests, I might as well just go back to camp and rest. I mean, alright, maybe some epic lore triggers will happen while we're resting here. We already reconciled things between Halsin and Karlach. So that's not going to happen. I mean, there's this guy over here, this sort of foppish gentleman. I'm using that term in an endearing, supportive sense, if you even know what that means or care, which most of you won't, including the YouTube bots. So, yeah, we are going to go ahead and we're just going to go to sleep. We're just going to go to bed after that. You get hit by a giant boulder, you know, probably just a good idea to go to bed. Please don't kill anyone in the middle of the night. Yeah, I know. You guys are wounded as fuck. Good lord, she's got bruises on her face? Jesus. It's a bit severe. Lay down in a nice, comfy rag on the rough ground. Oh, fuck. What is this? I didn't consent to any of this. Oh, shit, it's my fucking spirit guide. Okay. Oh, shit, has it been 7 days? Okay, that's the angelic person that we designed who looks suspiciously like the vampire guy, because that's what my epic femboy BF looks like in real life. I know your voice, sweet one. I've heard it before. Yes, you have. I saved you before. Holy shit, it wasn't the cephalopod Cthulhu guy, it was her. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. Oh god, guys, it's hit me right in the feels. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. It's language. I will keep it from consuming you. But for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. I'm teaching you how to be a good or at least neutral archon instead of an evil one.
The good archons serve Sophia, the true god. The evil ones serve the demiurge. That's what this game is actually implying for real. This game is incredibly blatant, as is most D&D fantasy lore about its Gnostic inspiration. It's almost as if it was a psyop designed to convert autistic smart people to some kind of religion so that their behavior could be utilized in some kind of practical way. It's almost like that's the case. I wonder if that's the case. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. The digital skull. Holy shit. It's the internet. The internet's infecting your brain. Wake now. You'll feel better, my love. I promise. Bedrolls and breakfast. Well, okay.
Consuming parasites, general tutorial. Find mind flare parasites around Faerun and infected individuals. You can consume them to access illithid powers.
Good thing I stole one from the dwarf at the fucking Green Grove. I put it in this strongbox. Look. Look how organized I am, Mummy. I'm so clean and organized. Give me a pat on the head and a doggy treat. I cleaned my room. Lick my butthole for me and clean it. I'm such a good boy. Alright. So we have 3 of these mind flare specimens. Yeah, okay. Whoa, okay.
Oh, he's a cute little guy. I don't want to eat you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how. It's just like a shrimp you'd eat. Delicious, tasty shrimp. Oh, that looks like it may have had some oil on it from the Gulf oil spill, one of the dozen that happened in the past dozen years.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything. The narrator is now going to be Troy Mcclure because I like doing his voice. If you don't like it, don't watch the videos.
Damn, that is badass. Alright. I'm really glad we got those fucking parasites. I wasn't sure what they were used for, but I was like, well, this is clearly an important fucking item. Oh, shit. Why did that disappear immediately? What the fuck? What? Where the fuck's my shrimp? Motherfucker, where is it? What the fuck? Did those items just glitch out because of my mods or something? The fuck, man? Where are my tasty shrimp parasites? What, was I only supposed to find one of them? Fuck that, man. I'm gonna load the fucking game. What the fuck? I stole one of those with great risk. It was the first item I stole in this game, was that parasite, where I was like, this is important enough, I'll risk the thievery consequences from stealing it. Fuck's sake. Now we gotta go through the whole dream sequence again. God fucking damn it. It's alright, we'll skip through. Whoa. What the Okay, that's not right. God fucking damn it, man. I guess it doesn't matter. You can probably get more of them. You can probably farm them at some point, but maybe they're restricting us to 1 power in the level 1 to 5 zone or whatever we're in right now. I think the level cap is something really low, like 20, because of course they're planning to squeeze as many expansions out of this as they can. But god damn, my parasites better be in here. Okay.
My tasty parasites, my delicious parasites. I love them so much. My little mosquitoes that I eat. I'm a dragonfly. I'm literally a dragon. I eat these things. I eat parasites, but I can absorb their powers. I've always known this my whole life, but I never woke up to the fact until now. I'm actually a parasite consumer. I'm not affected by the bad aspects of eating these things. They fuel me. My parasite is a good one. I'm a good archon, so I absorb evil archons by consuming them. That's what I do. This is all 100% true, by the way.
Okay, good. Have your shrimp. Ooh, too much fucking seafood sauce on that one, my friend. Your dick swells as you absorb it. Yes. Now, okay, I don't think I'm going to touch that. What we're going to do is we're going to save, and we're going to see if there's some kind of... Is there some kind of game-based, progress-based barrier preventing us from doing this? Okay. Did we actually save? Fucking paranoid about this. Those things are not easy to come by. It's like that fucking scene from Alien Resurrection where Ron Perlman's character, he makes this hooch and this chick spills it and he's like, that shit is not easy to come by. the delivery, that whole movie is fucking great. It's a schlock masterpiece. If you've never seen Alien Resurrection, I mean, watch it before you watch the original. The original is much better, but Alien Resurrection is one of the funniest, dumbest movies ever. And if you believe Joss Whedon, if you believe his story about that movie's script being a joke, and if that's not cope for how bad the movie was, which is probably the truth, if that's a real thing, I believe it. Because, like, if there was ever irrefutable proof, I'd be like, yeah, of course. Because that script is written like something intentionally bad. It's like a Tim and Eric... It's like Tim and Eric writing an Alien sequel. That's what that movie's like. It's the funniest shit. And the thing about it is there's good scenes in it because the cinematography and the actors perform good enough that there's a couple of scenes that are genuinely good. But then the rest of the movie is just this schlock crap. And it's so beautifully dumb. Like, it's one of those things. It's that horseshoe thing where it's like, yeah, you know what? There are certain things that are so bad that they're good. They're just funny. Okay, that's just disappearing on contact. That's a bunch of crap. The reason I want to keep those is because I'm thinking that if we fail to get one from a later enemy, the game might retroactively legitimize the one that we already have in our storage. That's being very generous to the programmers. That's being very generous to the mechanics of the game. But again, these things seem pretty fucking rare, so, you know, we're just going to leave them alone. Alright, so, one thing we have to do, and I think I'll just film this, because why the fuck not, is I want to swap out some party members here. So we've rested. We're going to tell Firebrap Chick to stay here. Feeling illithid. Oh, shut up. Feeling illithid. It's like, I'm a violent psychopath. Yeah, I'll admit that to you, sure. That's a great idea, bro. You'll need to stay behind in camp for now. Oh, come on, you don't mean that. You heard me. Fine. I'll be here eating shit, or whatever. Alright, cool. Now, let's, fucking Christ, a fucking key. How am I over encumbered or not? No, I'm good. Alright. Alright, we're gonna pick you up. Oh, are you tweaking, man? Do you need an artifact?
Come on then, don't leave me in suspense. How are you feeling? No errant tentacles, no sudden cravings for a more cerebral diet? I mean, I crave protein, which is what all language symbiotes need, including you, but I haven't resorted to becoming addicted to adrenochrome or any other heinous shit. My body's own adrenaline and other chemicals, including serotonin and endorphins, are quite enough to satisfy my language parasite's requirements. Those of us who become addicted to the more serious things become evil archons if we weren't already from the beginning. Did you not know that?
No, mate, I didn't know that. I haven't figured out a voice for this guy. I'm just fucking riffing, so we'll have to figure out a voice for him. Okay. It's like the magical artifacts. Ah, see? God damn it. God damn it, that's good writing. If you want to know what good writing is, it's this. I now have an addiction that I just criticized this guy for a little while ago. I now understand, not through some convoluted expository rant or lore dump, what this guy's condition is like, where he consumes artifacts and they make him feel better. It's not exactly the same condition. But the point is that the game has created now a link, like a psychic link, between these two characters based on a shared flaw. And it's done it not through language. The best writing doesn't need to write what it's trying to say. And I know that sounds insane. It sounds contradictory, convoluted, whatever you want to call it. But the best writing implies things through concrete portrayals of action and imagery without having to explain something. Like, when you explain something, and again, you know, speaking of fantasy authors, we talked about Lotro last video. Tolkien's very guilty of this. He'll describe. Describing things is like explanation light if it's done right. But if it's done wrong, it's just another form of exposition. It's like the Gondorian curtains in the pub were a cerulean blue, and they had light gold gilding slightly worn by the dust of the ages. That's even better than what he writes. The point is that if you over-describe things, it becomes just another way of depriving the reader of the opportunity to imagine something. And reading is supposed to encourage you to hone your imagination. Nobody grows up with a perfect imagination or a honed one. You have to be taught how to do it, and the way you're taught how to do it is you're shown opportunities. And even if you're an idiot, if you read enough good material, even children's material, like books you read when you're young, if you read enough of them, you will eventually catch on or notice those opportunities that are invoking your imagination, but they're not doing it in an abusive way. They're not forcing specific interpretations on you. They're not trying to rape you mentally with specific ways of thinking. What they're doing is they're saying, here's a bunch of images and actions that are happening. You should look at these if you want. Here they are. You know, I'm showing them to you through language. You're given an opportunity. You're offered something. Instead of something being ripped out of you or taken away, something is being offered to you. And that offering is the opportunity to interpret something. This little thing with the tadpoles and the magical artifacts, that's something that is being offered to the player. It's not something forced on you. It's subtle, it's nuanced, it's, you know, there's all these pretentious terms you can use to apply to it. Really, it's an offering to you. That's what it is. The correct way to describe it, the accurate way, is it's an offering to you instead of a vampiric suckling out of your brain. So when you read good literature and you read good things, what they're doing is they're offering you opportunities to interpret images that they've constructed and actions that they've portrayed. Bad literature is going to offer you interpretations and then encourage you to accept them. Kind of like a totalitarian government offers you commands and punishes you when you don't accept them. The punishment in literature is, if you don't accept these things, you won't be able to read the book, because every description, every activity, every chapter, you know, every part of the story arc is just going to be more of the same. Bad writing, the reason it's cringe is it forces upon you a very specific vision from the author. And it's not that there aren't certain exceptions to this, because of course writing is so fluid and malleable that you can get away with bending its rules, but you can really never break them. There are people who will argue you can, but even those people who've been successful and have written weird, crazy, avant-garde shit, they've never broken any rules. All they've done is bend them. You can bend them pretty far, but you can't break them. You know, it's like you can't break the laws of physics. You can't make gold out of nothing. You can't fly without expending any energy. You can't revive the dead without expending a lot of energy. So it's the same with writing. And the reason this game has been showered with awards, thankfully, because it actually deserves them, is because of shit like this. It's subtle things that even the people handing out the awards, it's not that I doubt their authority or their proficiency in looking into game mechanics or whatever. It's just I doubt that moments like this were a factor in handing out those awards. I hope they were. I hope I'm wrong. But this little thing with the tadpoles, that's good. Like that's really fucking good. Wonderful. Advantages are a more precious commodity. Okay, that's his normal voice. What am I going to give him? I didn't change his appearance much for real. I just fucked with him a little bit to change his shitty beard and make him a bit more pale and fuck with his hair. What would a wizard sound like?
I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic? Think of it as a tribute, the kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war.
This guy's turning into Snake Plissken. Should we just make him Snake Plissken? Can we give him an eye patch?
An eruption the size of Waterdeep. I think my exact words were.
He's too much like my lizard guy. We gotta differentiate him. That's the challenge here, guys. When I'm coming up with this shit on the fly, it's like, often I'll just copy the existing voice and then change it a bit. And it's like, no, I gotta change it more than that, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole process.
If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do? If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I'm no longer able to stop it.
This guy's just going to be Arthur Morgan. Fuck it. I like Arthur Morgan for him. If Arthur Morgan got teleported to Baldur's Gate, he'd probably be this guy.
I'll find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun. I will await death there alone.
We'll change the Morgan raspiness into like a British raspiness. We'll do that. We'll alchemically combine those two things.
If worst comes to worst, I'll be gone long before the curtain falls.
I like that. See, he should sound tired. He's afflicted, he's addicted, he's like a fucking heroin addict. That's how he should sound.
I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story. Ah, yes, Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. Child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic, Sophia, the true god. Well, Mistral, as we call her. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. The goddess of language is all language. By dying, the Demiurge's previous version of this world was lost. It was the end of Sophia. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, that Demiurge fuck, his empire came crashing down around him. The previous server for this world we call reality crashed. An event that came to be known as the Younger Dryas Impact. So at that moment in time, all magic was gone? It was. Sophia was reborn as Sophia. Upon her return, the weave returned to her. Now, so many centuries later, I tried to follow in the footsteps of Sophia. Not to destroy her, but to prove my love to her.
Footsteps of Karsus. I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to her. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition, it's the way things go. We've all been here many times before. All of us. We recognize each other through a little glint in the eye, and not from that parasite, but from the soul behind it. The parasite is an amplifier in its best form. The good archons are on our side, and should not be treated as evil. The problem is telling the difference between the two.
Wow, that's interesting dialogue, man. I'm surprised they put that in the game.
My memories from before the Nautiloid are shrouded in darkness. Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of seramorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If seramorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed to the Mind Flayer's hive. The Demiurge's network of non-physical thralls. Well, hopefully we can avoid that. I have violent thoughts. Depraved thoughts. Ones that refuse to go away. We all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who brought the last remaining copy of Ethereal's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements, first edition, to... As regards to your own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about, so long as they remain fantasies. AKA, channel them into games like this, so that in the larger game of life, which is itself also an illusion, you can behave more appropriately at the appropriate times. Be careful, little one. You're either the oldest recurring visitor to this reality that I've ever seen, or you're the youngest. Either way, you're equally vulnerable. Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had. With pleasure. Lead on.
All right, very cool dialogue from that guy. So we're going to keep him in our party, and Shadow Fart, I think we're going to let her go for a bit. We're going to let her chill out. Is she meditating over here? That's good. Meditating's good for you. Even if it's just listening to music and getting very slightly drunk, don't overdo it. That's a form of meditation. Incense affects your mind and your body. Monks will inhale it. Tobacco does the same thing. Caffeine, alcohol, all these substances, they're not good or evil, but they do modulate your consciousness, your vibration level, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And they're best used when they're used either to blow off steam in a controlled way, if you're mature enough to moderate yourself and not do that all the time. And the second way you can use them is as a meditative substance. You can use them that way, but you got to be very careful. I mean, any of this shit you got to be careful with. I mean, we all keep cleaning products in our home. You have bleach under your sink. Are you going to go drink it right now? No, because you're not an idiot. You got to treat alcohol the same way you treat bleach. Not exactly the same, but you get what I'm saying. It's a very volatile substance. It's used for specific purposes. It will clean a surface. Alcohol will do the same to a certain surface of your mind. It will change your gut biome temporarily. It will affect your organs. It'll affect your blood flow. It changes a lot of aspects of your homeostasis, and all drugs will do that. And they're not bad. They're not evil. It's the ways in which we teach people or fail to teach people about their effects. And, frankly, it's the fault of people for resisting the teaching and not wanting to learn and wanting to just be morons. It's a two-sided coin, and it's never perfect. But, authoritarian impositions and surveillance and all this type of crap, that's not the way to convince people to do things. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, and positive reinforcement works better than negative. Those are two absolute truths. If the absolute in this game is anything close to absolute, it believes that too. If not, it's going to get my axe right up its hoo-ha.
It was bad enough having just one of those tadpoles forced upon us. I can scarcely believe you actually inflicted, another on yourself.
These illithid powers we're developing. What do you make of them?
On the one hand, they seem useful, but on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle, before long, we know where they're coming from and what lies at the end of that path. Becoming a language thrall, a servant of the demiurge. Language, like this whole reality, is imperfect. Its servants, certain Semitic tribes and other groups throughout history, may have gained temporary success, longer lives, some form of protection. But they're still thralls. They're still enslaved. Language, mathematics, patterns, shapes, forms, these aren't divine. They never will be. They're just echoes of the divine. And even if you've devoted yourself to the closest echo, you're still a servant of something that isn't the true God.
The odds are stacked against us. Can we truly afford to ignore a potential advantage? Could we use the Demiurge's powers to overthrow it? Kind of like using the One Ring in Lord of the Rings to fight against its creator, Sauron?
Fucking hell, 15? Holy shit, guys. Dice is on our side tonight. Hell yeah.
Well, perhaps you have a point. Fine. Let's explore these powers then. I just hope we don't come to regret it.
Yeah, we've asked her about the Justiciars off screen, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. Actually, did I not take my gear from... Oh, crap. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to...
Oh boy, guys, this is a lore-heavy video. Sorry for the boring crap.
We're going to have to go ahead and grab what we had on our demoness friend, because... Can we not... Okay, no, we can't take her stuff unless she's part of the party.
Let's travel together, oh yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, all right, let's tell this poor bastard to leave. Again, the demon chick is fine. She's not terrible.
I question the wisdom of blah, blah, blah.
I question your mom's wisdom. Question these nuts. All right, let's grab her and grab the stuff I put on her. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. I wish you could just access their inventories, man. I mean, if you're swapping between characters, if that's the point of the game, why can't I steal shit that I've given them? Which isn't really stealing when they're not part of my party. If there's a way to do that, hit me up in the comments. Okay, your torch is mine. You know what? I'm going to take your good armor, too. I'm going to take this necklace. Okay. All right, let's get rid of you for a moment. Yes, of course. Stop contradicting me. Fucking Christ. All right, let's grab you. I have to say, I am pleased that these guys will level up to catch up with your other party members. I like that quite a bit. I think that's cool. It's nice that you don't have to worry about, like, oh, now I have to go grind to level up X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, that's a good design choice. That's actually good design. As opposed to shortcuts masquerading as good design. I appreciate that quite a bit. Okay, we're going to leave that with him. We'll leave that with you. Yeah, chainmail. We're not. Oh no, we are gonna need that. We're gonna need it for the werebear guy. We're gonna move actually these objects off of you. And what the fuck is in here? Fuck did I? Oh, oh fuck! It's a bunch of really heavy meats. You can be the pork. You can be the pork porter. Pork porter to hotel level 4. We've got a pork feast in the works. We need some pork. All right, let's see if we can recruit this guy. I hope we can. He's kind of a badass.
Oakfather's blessing on you.
I have to ask, how do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
How will the grove fare without you?
Hopefully, I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. I sent a bird to summon her.
What about one of the others? Wrath, perhaps?
Wrath has promise, but he's not ready yet. The grove needs experience and a strong hand. That's why I chose Francesca. She'll restore simplicity and purity to the grove in my absence.
Very shrewd of you. Contrary to how some think of us, we druids can play politics when necessary. It can't have been easy surrendering your title. Won't you miss being first druid? Miss it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. It takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role. Likely they don't understand it or they have ill intent. They're either naive or they're a demon, aka a young, evil archon. This shadow curse you spoke of, surely it can't be that bad. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remain are shadow cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better. What about this secret stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more. Precious little, but I'm quite certain it can still be found. One of his cohorts, a dwarf called Brian, had a clue in his person. If you find his corpse in the goblin camp, you may have a start.
Oh god, there's a romance option. Why is there no romance option for the vampire, man? Did I not do his quest line soon enough? Fucking Christ.
How are you faring out here at the camp? Wonderfully, if I'm honest. The grove was too comfortable for my tastes. Felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. Well, if there's anything I can do to make you feel less comfortable, let me know. I'm sure something will come to me, given time.
So can we not recruit him? Fuck, I guess he's a situational type dude. Okay. Why is it giving me romance options for this guy? Can I not romance the vampire because I picked a specific type of character? That's a bunch of crap, man. Can I talk to him? Come on, Astarion. Let's chat.
Well, no tentacles yet. I suppose we can consider that a success.
I must not have done something to advance that relationship. Fuck! I edited those very subtle aspects of his character in anticipation of a romance opportunity. And now it's giving me the bear guy. And I'm using that term in every possible interpretation of it. And I'm not into that. Fuck. Not into this either. You can both fuck off. This, right here. Fucking Christ, man. Not into this either before you make the joke. Also, do these serve any purpose? Does this do anything? Or is he just a fun pet the dog meme thing? Like, he can't fight for you. I wouldn't want to make him anyway, even if he could, but anyway. Oh boy. Alright, you know what? We're just going to head off with these four because I'm pretty sure Gale is going to be slightly more useful than the demoness chick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. So, let's see what we can do here. Alright, we need to go to the Risen Road? Yes, pretty sure that's where we need to be. Pretty sure we found everything over here, unless this go... Oh, yeah, the fucking boulder. Oh. Oh, can I talk to you, finally? Okay, let's chat. Let's talk. Let's get to know each other.
So, you've indulged. Just help yourself to a little more power, I see. And there isn't a tentacle to be seen. Not a bad deal, I'd say. My only complaint is you didn't want to share. I wouldn't mind indulging myself.
I wasn't sure you'd want to indulge in this.
I admit I wasn't keen to be the first to try it, just in case there were any surprise side effects. But now that we know it's safe, I'm all for experimenting.
Maybe. Well, these parasites are rare. They're mine.
If you continue to get between me and what I want, I will have to find a way through you. Just something to think about.
I can't figure out a voice for that character, man. The original voice was pretty good, but you know. Oh, interesting. All right, we got some dirt to dig up. Let's go ahead and shovel that shit out of there. Oh, very nice indeed. Now, can we jump over this crap, or is this? Where does this go? Okay, no, we can't do anything with that. Okay, well, that was worth checking out anyway. All right. Guys, I think we're going to end things here, at least for this video. I'm probably going to keep playing tonight. I don't know how much longer I can...
I don't know how much longer I can keep going.
But I want to. This game is fucking fun. I'd be playing it anyway if I wasn't ranting at you at the same time. I do hope you've enjoyed some part of this, hopefully enough of it to watch some other of my videos, some older ones. I want to make a compilation of some funny shit that came to me on this channel. So hopefully that'll be a thing soon at some point. I don't know, whenever I feel like doing it. Because I do what I feel like on this channel. That's the best thing to do. It's not a good model. If you're actually trying to get shit done and make anything out of any ability you have, it's not a good idea. But this channel, at least at this point, is just for fun for me. So yeah, hopefully that compilation will emerge at some point. But I find, contrary to most advice, for me, and again, this is sort of a do as I say, not as I do type thing. Disciplined, regular work is always better for 99.9% of people. Waiting for inspiration will destroy you, except in my case, in which case it seems to be the only way I can get anything done. But that sounds like the cope of someone who isn't disciplined, which is also me. So you can see where the conundrum arises. Anyway, I do appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your support. Appreciate your comments. Anything you want to do or say, go for it. Go ahead. You know, if you have tips or advice for me playing this game, please, for the love of Boulder, tell me in the comments. If I'm doing something stupid or missing some very obvious thing, please let me know. It doesn't bother me. I'd really like to hear it. I don't want to go through, you know, several rabbit holes looking up tips and tricks for this game. I really don't want to do that. But if one of you actually wants to individually tell me, person to person, a little tip, that I will appreciate and accept. So please feel free to do that. And again, thank you for your time. Hope you're doing well in your life. Hug your family. Drink a glass of water now and then. Take your vitamin D. And as always, peace out, my friends.